to a special May Day edition of Manif en Cours Live. I'm Madamo. Thanks for joining us. We're here at Phillips Square, where a large number of protesters, union representatives, representatives from a number of different organizations have gathered, starting at around 9:30 a.m. There were several speeches that were held talking about the agenda for today and the causes that were being championed, mainly anti-austerity, cuts to social services and the rights of workers, the rights of women and children. So right now we've gone through a number of different speeches, and we are now marching towards Place Ville-Marie, where apparently there is an occupation taking place. Heard an announcement on a loudspeaker that about 100 people are occupying a building there, so we're going to head over and see exactly what's happening. We've got hundreds of people here, maybe near about 1,000. Hard to estimate, but quite a few people, and Phillips Square was packed full. So far, police presence is light. There are some vans. I did see some officers patrolling through Phillips Square, but I have not seen any riot police. And as you can see there, we've got several buses, school buses that brought protesters in, probably from all over Quebec. There were a lot of calls on social media for people to gather in Montreal, and there was some transport that was organized to make that a little bit easier. Some of the marches, the night marches and the protests and the student demonstrations have calmed down a little bit in recent nights and days. Smaller numbers, a lot more subdued, and ending quite a bit earlier, especially in the last couple of weeks. The riot police have employed a tactic where they try to box protesters into the area around Place Émilie-Gamelin and then disperse the protest quite quickly. Not sure if we're going to see anything on that scale today because we, like I said earlier, we do have quite a few people, maybe reaching about 1,000, maybe more. So no idea what the police response is going to be like today, but again, we've got a full day of May Day action starting today here at Phillips Square. Different neighborhoods, different organizations are going to be meeting all over the city, and there's going to be a big march this evening at about 6 back at Phillips Square. So we are now walking towards René Lévesque, heading towards Place Ville-Marie. Quite a few different organizations being represented today. Some political parties such as Québec Solidaire, and perhaps some less mainstream ones like the Communist Party, Industrial Workers of the World. There's a contingent that arrived at about 10 a.m. So, like I was saying earlier, lots of different causes being communicated today. But the main one that we see is refusons l'austérité, refuse austerity. So we do see some cars getting stuck in traffic here. I really have to wonder what these people were thinking, being around Philippe Square and René Lévesque at this hour. It was pretty well advertised that the downtown core was going to be an absolute mess today. So we're probably going to have a lot of unhappy drivers throughout the day. We are coming up to Place Ville-Marie now. It's going to be a short walk for the time being. Leaving from Philippe Square, there was an announcement that we were coming here to Place Ville-Marie in solidarity with some protesters who are apparently occupying some part of the building. Not too sure what's happening there, but we'll see soon enough, hopefully. So as I was saying before, police presence very, very light right now. Just a couple of motorcycle officers. Now taking a left off of René Lévesque onto Robert Bourassa, headed deeper into the financial sector of downtown Montreal. We do have a truck that is following the path of the march so that people can keep making announcements, keep people up to date about what's happening. I'm just going to walk by real quick so you can get a sense of just how many people are here so far, even at this early morning. So we saw that crowd take a left on Robert Bourassa, and we still have a good number of people who are still coming from Philippe Square. So that crowd continues to pour through Union onto René Lévesque. So we'll continue along and we'll see just how many people end up gathering at the end point. Not sure exactly where this march is headed right now, whether the itinerary was provided to police, although I would suspect it was, given the light police presence and the volume of the protest so far. To the viewers who are here already, don't be shy. Please participate in the chat. I am keeping an eye on it, so if you have anything you'd like to ask or comment about, go ahead. If you just want to say hi, that's cool too. Continue to walk out from Union onto René Lévesque, so we've got quite a crowd here today. And I suspect it's only going to get bigger as the day goes on. Like I said, lots of smaller events happening all over the city, but the main event appears to be the gathering that's going to take place back at Philippe Square early in the evening around 6. We've got close to, well, definitely over 5,000 people, but maybe close to 10,000 who said that they were going to attend on the Facebook event for that evening event. So that most likely is going to be quite a gathering. I really wasn't sure how many people were going to show up for a protest in downtown Montreal at 9:30 in the morning. You definitely got the sense there were a lot of organizations and unions that were trying to mobilize people and get them to come out. But I have to admit that I wasn't expecting this level of a turnout. Taking a left now off of Robert Bourassa onto Belmont. And the crowd just extends all the way back to René Lévesque and then some. I do this every time I live stream, but if somebody would be so kind as to put a message in the chat just confirming that you can see everything and hear everything, I'm not just talking to myself, that would be much appreciated. We do, we continue to have some cars that are trying to get out of this, this spot that they're in. This is not a motorist's day. That's for certain. So if I had to guess, I think that we're going to be heading towards Square Victoria. Suzik 2288, thanking me for streaming. It's my pleasure, and I got a confirmation that the audio visual is good, so thank you very much. Yeah, we got Pit24 also confirming. Thank you. Davey D33, wow, huge march. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I was somewhat surprised by the turnout, given that it's such an early protest, 9:30 a.m. gathering time. Some speeches were held, and then the march began proper a little while ago. But I guess in retrospect, maybe shouldn't be that surprised, given the level of mobilization and social media action that was happening. Different unions and organizations calling out for people to take to the streets and to gather in solidarity against austerity measures. And like I was saying, tonight's probably going to be even bigger. Some people, I'm sure, have other responsibilities that they weren't able to come out to this march for. But later in the evening, around 6, gathering back at Phillips Square, I suspect a lot of people will be a little bit freer to come down. So I'm imagining it's going to be even bigger then. And just from a visual standpoint, it's kind of surprising to see a march like this again after the last couple of weeks have sort of been a little bit more muted in the protest presence. The student protests, for example, have calmed down a little bit, but definitely not the numbers that we saw a few weeks ago. We've got Ruby2ZDay saying they've got me up on Global Occupy News. Thank you. Share it with your friends. Let your family know. Let your boss know. Send them a link to this. Or her. We've got some cars honking in solidarity. Oh, hey, I've got some old co-workers over there. I used to work here. I'm just going to go say hi to my old co-workers. Indulge me for just a second. So this is the most of the police presence that I've seen so far. We do have some police vehicles and vans, some police in high visibility jackets with batons who seem to be gearing up, probably just to be close to the crowd. So no indication yet that there's any issue between police and protesters. So yeah, we just see some mobilization right now. But that is the first that I've seen of the police so far in larger numbers. I've got a question here saying, should I still use hashtag #ManifAncourt? Yeah, I think the two main hashtags that are going to be circulating today, at least as far as Montreal is concerned, is going to be hashtag Mayday and hashtag #ManifAncourt. So yeah, good question. Let me get up here a little bit so you can get a sense of the size of the crowd. At least in that direction, it's hard to give you a sense of how many people are there, but that crowd continues on for quite a while. We've got some pots and pans, the familiar sounds. So while we're waiting for the crowd to catch up here at Square Victoria, I'll give you a quick recap of some of the speeches that we heard at Phillips Square. Generally, obviously, what we heard was some anti-austerity sentiments. Oh, that's interesting. So we do have the police that are blocking off entrance to Banque Nationale building over here. So yeah, some anti-austerity sentiment, different causes like social welfare. We had a representative from an apartment renters association saying that access to affordable lodging is difficult for quite a few people, and that was tied into the austerity measures of the Liberal government as far as they were concerned with budget cuts and so forth. We had a feminist group talking about the brunt that's taken by women in austerity measures, and also the youth. We had another speaker talking about the impact on younger people and those that are in need, having some of their resources cut by austerity measures. So that's a quick recap. Like I said earlier, any questions or comments, don't be shy. I do have an eye on the chat, so I'd be happy to interact with you fine folks throughout the day. So we are now approaching, we are in Phillips Square. The crowd is catching up. As I said earlier, police presence very light so far. We do have some police officers that are forming a barricade in front of the National Bank building over here, but that's about all I've seen so far in terms of police presence, except for a few motorcycles blocking access for vehicles on the path of the march. Question here, Crow 212, saying, what's up with those police pants? Funny you should ask. So that's actually, that's a lot of police officers are protesting in their own way, and that's one of the measures that they're using is different colored camo pants. And ironically enough, it is in protest to some of the cuts to their pension plans that are being proposed by the current Liberal government. One might say tied to the austerity agenda. So yeah, for all of the police action that we've seen against some of the protesters over the recent weeks, that irony is omnipresent, that the police are protesting in their own way against cuts. And you will hear from time to time protesters, students, and so forth in the marches trying to engage with the police officers, saying like, look, we're in the same boat in a lot of ways, and you should be out here in the street with us. So yeah, that's the story behind the pants. you have any other questions about pants, go ahead. I'm wearing jeans today. Casual. Question here from Steve27 asking, where's the anti-riot police? Was the itinerary given? So I don't have confirmation on that, but I can say that I have not seen any riot police. So the police presence on that front is quite subdued. My suspicion is that the itinerary was indeed given to the police, especially when you have a march or an organized protest on this level. Most of the time, if it's not organized strictly by citizens on Facebook or by, some of the more militant student organizations, if it's unions and different organizations on a mass scale, you will have the itinerary given to police. So I suspect that's what's been done today, and that would definitely factor into the light police presence that we've seen so far. Question here, Suzik2288 asking, are the people in Montreal following the Baltimore uprising? Absolutely. Well, I can't speak for everybody, obviously, but I've been following it, and it's definitely part of the conversation on social media amongst people in Montreal. Yeah, it's quite the situation. I will say I was having a conversation on social media recently regarding Time Magazine's most recent cover depicting a black man running away from police, and it's a picture from the 1960s. No, actually, it's a recent picture, but the caption on the cover shows a date in the 1960s crossed out, and then 2015 written on it. So it's a very striking image, and one that resonates here to a certain extent. I will say just briefly that some of the problems that we see in the United States with issues of race and issues of police brutality, we definitely have those here, but my sort of read on the situation is that we definitely don't have it on the scale of the United States. So a lot of the commentary that you'll see about the protests and the riots in Baltimore are that this was kind of an inevitable conclusion to years and years and decades of racial tension and issues. So yeah, we're keeping an eye on that, definitely. So the crowd has stopped here. We do have an announcement being made that we are in front of some of the financial buildings. Some booing happened. So another announcement here that the march isn't over. It's going to be continuing, that we're going to be meeting up with another group. So like I said earlier, lots and lots of events happening. I think it's in the dozen or more events that's taking place all over the island of Montreal today and elsewhere in Quebec. So apparently this particular march is going to be continuing on the streets and meeting up with another one of those groups. So we've been here for a while, but as you can see, the crowd continues to come into Square Victoria. So we've got, and as far as I can see, that row of people extends all the way back to René Lévesque. So definitely a large group today. I got a comment here from Pit24 saying that he lost a signal. Can I just get confirmation that I'm still up, please? We've got user Mayday 2015 thanking me for doing this. Says that they can't be there today. Be safe. Yep. Thank you. And I'll definitely try. And yes, Jimby1227, the chat is working, as far as I know. Yeah, if you have any issues with the stream, just refresh the page. 9 times out of 10, that takes care of it. That's my IT support background kicking in. Just turn it off, turn it back on. Is it working? Yeah? Yeah, just do that. So yeah, if you were planning on being here today, but you can't make it, I hope that this live stream serves as an an adequate alternative. Be sure to share this on social media. Follow me on Twitter. My handle is in the title of the stream, @MattDamon. And it's going to be day-long coverage today from myself at Link Newspaper, the publication that I work for, and also 99 Media. I'm now partnered with them, so check out 99media.org. My live stream should be up there, along with some of my colleagues. Their work will be up there as well. I must say, we're nearing about 60 viewers on this stream right now, and probably more people are actually watching, given that the stream is mirrored on certain sites. But I'm surprised that that many people are watching, given that it's the damn morning, man. But that's cool. I'm just gonna walk along here to give you a sense of this group that's still filing into Square Victoria. Yeah, I can't see the very back of that crowd that continues to file in. So we got a whopper of a crowd today. So the protesters have stopped in Square Victoria, making their presence known in the financial sector. Some comments were made in speeches just a moment ago, talking about income and wealth inequality, some of the familiar themes of the anti-austerity movement. Yeah, it just keeps going. Yeah, so we got a comment here, Mayday 2015, saying the stream is still working, but it freezes sometimes. You know, I'll be candid about the technological side of doing this for a moment, if you'll indulge me. But when you think about the technical aspects of this, and the fact that I'm one guy with a cell phone streaming live out of a little black device in his hands, it's quite amazing that it works as well as it does. But there might be some situations with some technical hiccups today, because you have to keep in mind, when you've got these many people, you've got a lot of cell phones near you. You've got a lot of different wireless devices that are perhaps causing some interference. So far so good. Some minor hiccups. If it freezes, it usually catches back up. But I remember in April, I believe it was April 2nd, there was a large protest that I was covering, and for about the first hour, I could not stream. My connection was just completely down, and I suspect it was because of the large number of people around me, and maybe some mobile data interference. But so far, so good. So we've got a speech right now pointing out all the different events that are taking place all over Quebec right now.